Hey guys, this is my remake on Dr. Berg's video, or my retake on Dr. Berg's video on Eat Whatever You Want in 4 hours. Just remember, this is not for ketogenic people, this is not for carnivorous people, this is not for vegetarians or vegans. Those are 10 times better than what I'm about to tell you. Simple sugars and like Coca-Colas and candies and things like that, refined carbohydrates that are in breads and cookies and cakes and things, those are things that you should limit. I'm just going to tell you that right up front. That video didn't really specify up front what to expect until the end, and most people probably tuned out by then anyway. But who's to say that that's the case? Anyway, I want to do a little bit better job and explain to you. Eating outside, or eating within a 4-hour window and then fasting the rest of the day, can be very healing for some people. People have definitely live that way for long periods of time, eating whatever they want. This video is for lazy people that don't want to track. They don't want to feel like they're on a diet. They just want to eat whatever the heck they want, no matter how healthy it is. And again, that's not necessarily the best issue here, because you may be having some kind of medical issues that you don't know about and then eating this way, and it could be contributing to making them worse. So if you have any doubts on that at all, I would check with my medical provider just to make sure that something like this is safe, because it could be not safe for you. But if you're going to do it, some people can't eat whatever they want in a 4-hour window. Some people have to have a meal at like noon and a meal at 6. That's fine. Trying to limit the simple sugars and carbohydrates are what is going to yield the best results. And then some people can't even do that. They need to have some kind of coffee or some kind of breakfast or whatever. But instead of the breakfast, have a coffee or a tea with a little bit of butter in it and a little bit of heavy whipping cream or a little bit of milk. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. Something just to tie you over through the morning, because fat is very satiating. It's very appetite controlling, and it almost makes you feel like you're full when you drink it. Just don't let that overlap or even get close to that window where you're going to have your first meal. Have just 1 cup of it and be done with it. Water, tea, black coffee for the rest of the day without the butter and the cream in it. That's going to be key, because you don't want your fats with your sugars and your carbohydrates, because that's when your body starts having a problem processing oils and fats and stuff together with sugars, and that's where you run into health issues. So make sure first thing in the morning, your coffee with a little bit of butter, a little bit of cream or something like that, and move on about your day. Have your first meal at 12 and your second meal at 6. And if you can do better than that, go ahead and close that window on up some and eat within that 4-hour window. Maybe you're just going to go from like 4 to 8 and eat your food then. But you know what? This is not for everybody. Just make sure this is for you. Let's continue with the video. I'm walking into Walmart right now, and one of the first things I see as soon as I walk into the door, typically, sugars, treats, things of that nature. These are some of the types of things that you want to limit or try not to have at all. I'm over in the vegetables and fruit section. These are the things that you can typically eat as much as you want of that are not going to be as harmful as simple refined carbohydrates, processed foods and things like that. These are typically the things that you can eat as much as you want of in that 4-hour window. I'm over in the meat department. This is another one of the things that typically do not put any kind of weight on you. You can eat good quality meats. Red meats typically make people feel satiated longer, to where you don't have to want to eat as often. The leaner the meat, the more you'll be hungry just hours later, so make sure you choose wisely. I am in the Halloween aisle where all the candy and stuff is. This is another one of those things in that 4-hour window you're going to want to limit. You're not going to want to just eat as much as you want and go at it. It won't work. Cakes, cookies, things of this nature. These are another one of the things that you're going to want to limit. You're going to want to fill up on more fruits and vegetables and meats and stuff like that. I've got an aisle full of syrups and stuff over here. This is another one of the things that are just tons of loaded with sugar and stuff like that. So make sure you limit these things when you use them. Any kind of on juices that are not real, that it's all made from it's got straight sugar and stuff in it, you want to limit that stuff as well. And I'm going down the juice aisle right now. All of this stuff you're going to want to limit if you can. That's the goal. I got spices behind me right now. These are one of the things that you also don't want to neglect. If you're happy with them, you're fine. Spices typically don't cause an issue. So cake mixes, things of that nature, not necessarily that great, so please limit them. We're going to walk past vegetable oils, canola oils, peanut oils. This stuff right here is very hydrogenated, very inflammatory. Try to limit them if you can. Cereal aisle, trisodium phosphate, refined carbohydrates, simple sugars, not necessarily all that great. If you can, try to limit these things. And like I said, if you can. I know some of you can't do that, but if you can, that would be ideal. See what I'm standing next to? Try to use this as least as you possibly can, unless it's like a diet soda or something like that. You know, there's some skepticism when it comes to diet sodas, such as stuff with aspartame and things of that nature. What I would do is I would just limit this stuff in general. But when it comes to full-fledged regular Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew and things of that nature, stuff is not going to yield you the best results if you're going to do this 4-hour eat whatever you want. Just choose wisely. Most of these breads in the frozen aisle, yeast rolls, Texas toast rolls, your waffles, your pancakes, things of that nature, you can have those things, but again, you have to limit them. Try to eat as much of the good healthy stuff before you get into the junk. Over here at the dairy, the cheese, the eggs, the sour creams, the cream cheeses, the milks, things of that nature, you can have dairy, but remember, dairy is very inflammatory. Some people can't process dairy very well. At the same time, if you're looking to lose weight, dairy can help you solve. So if you're one of those people, just be aware this may be your deal. Just choose wisely when you do this stuff. You can eat any of this stuff as much as you want as long as it's in that 4-hour window, but I don't recommend you pick the simple sugars and the breads, the pastas, things of that nature, the Coca-Colas, and just go wild with them, because you can have that in that 4-hour window. That doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy for you. This video is for people that simply just want to be lazy. They don't want to track anything. They don't want to give up any foods, but they want to know what things are better for them and what things are not as bad for them. Like I said, if you're already on a diet plan and you're already doing good, even if you're lazy while you're doing it, please stay on that. Don't go with this eat whatever you want 4-hour window thing. If you can't eat whatever you want in 4 hours, you can move it out to like a 1 meal at 12 and 1 meal whatever you want at 6, and then give yourself 16 hours past that or 18 hours past that to fast. And if you can't do that, then maybe you should have some extra electrolyte water in the morning with just a little bit of cream or something in your coffee or your tea or something of that nature to hold you over until lunch. Don't go adding tons of fats and stuff into your coffee like some people recommend, because we all know when you add processed refined oils and stuff into your coffees and teas in the morning, and then you turn around and eat sugar and stuff on top of it, which you're probably going to have more than one of those a day, they don't mix very well in your cells. So it's not necessarily that healthy for you. Okay guys, video's over. I hope that I was able to give you a little bit better information and explain things a little bit better. This is not for somebody that's already on a diet plan. Anybody doing lazy keto or lazy Mediterranean or paleo or lazy vegan or vegetarian, this is not for you. This is for people that still want to eat junk standard American food and still yield some kind of health result by staying away from it in a fasted window. That's simply it. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I've helped you in some way, shape, or form. If you have any issues, concerns, you want to compliment me on something, you want to talk bad about something, please leave it in the comment section below. This is just to clear up Dr. Berg's video so it wasn't so clickbait and more informative on what you could use and what you shouldn't use and who it's for and who it's not for, and how this can affect certain medical conditions and make things worse. So please leave your comments below. Thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the little bell notification. You'll get notifications when I make videos. I appreciate every one of you guys. God bless and have a great day.